Welcome back. Laramie Live on KOWB continues. My pleasure to welcome to the program. She is part of the Laramie High School Rodeo Club, and they're gearing up for their spring season. Still a little bit of time to prepare, but Senior McKenna Clingman is in studio with me. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate your time. Let's talk a little bit about high school rodeo. I know that the season will resume here in April and actually starts here locally in Laramie, but before we get to that, you guys are hosting a big fundraiser coming up, so I want to talk a little bit about that. But take me back to the fall. 4 rodeos: Douglas, Lander, Jackson, Wheatland, crisscrossing the state, like you kids always do. How would you kind of characterize how the fall went for Laramie High School Rodeo?
I feel like this fall was really strong, and a lot of our members had a really good fall season, and we're all excited for spring season and gearing up for it. So.
Always trying to get to the top 4 and qualify for being representing the state at the National High School Finals Rodeo. Is that pretty cool, having that in the backyard like it's been in Rock Springs the last couple of years?
Oh yeah, we definitely have a home field advantage. Most people that come around from the nation, you know, they have it's new surroundings, and we've been there, done that, so we're comfortable. So.
You'll get a chance to compete out in Rock Springs during the spring portion of the season. Now, you've got a big fundraising dinner, so let's talk more specifically about that. It's coming up here. Let's talk date, time, location. Give me some of the details about this fundraiser you kids got going on.
Well, this fundraiser is going to be a barbecue dinner fundraiser. We'll have a silent auction and a live auction with it. It's going to be at the fairgrounds at 5:30 p.m. and hope y'all can come and join us. It'll
be on Friday, February 22nd. Put that out for everybody. Big question: how can I get tickets?
You can get tickets by contacting. I don't know. Let's see.
That's all right.
You can contact any of our high school rodeo club members, or texting or calling 760-4699 or 399-9422.
All right. So so you mentioned the live and silent auction. It sounds like some great gifts, folks. In the live auction, you've got a Polaris Ranger, a Honda Rancher 4-wheeler. There's some Wildcatter tickets up to University and Wyoming games. There's some sideline passes, a mystery gun. Is that dangerous?
Well, you never know. It's a mystery.
Okay. There's a custom-made fire pit. That sounds pretty cool. A classic rope bag signed by 24-time world champion Trevor Brazil. Is that one of the prizes you want to win?
Yeah, it would be pretty cool for me to win it, but, you know, it's for the community, so I can't really say.
And then there's a lot of other items. There's also a gun raffle going on for a Ruger 6.5 Creedmoor. So we've got a lot of different things going on. You can buy tickets individually. There's also some different sponsorship levels for this. I know that there's kind of the corporate tables. If you want to buy a table up for dinner for 8 people, and that includes 8 raffle tickets for the gun raffle, and then there's kind of a cash donation to you kids in the Laramie High School Rodeo Club. When you do a fundraising event like this, tell people what do the proceeds go towards? So what are we talking about? How do you guys use these funds?
Well, we use these funds mainly to put on our rodeo, and also we give back to the community. We give back at state. Each year there's a portion of the club's funds are donated back to a person in the state rodeo community fighting cancer. And it's kind of like a bidding war. I mean, we get pretty serious. Each of the clubs get pretty serious, and these funds also help, you know, for kids that are going to nationals, help give them a little bit of head start down the road, and you know, give them a little bit back to the community and kids. So. Well,
one thing I think some people forget, because this is a club sport, so to speak, is you kids pay your own entry fees everywhere you go. So it's kind of like the life of a everyday cowboy cowgirl that's out competing, whether it's on whether it's in the Cowboys and Cowgirls you see at the NFR or the WPR, different things like that. It's kind of teaches you early on, right?
Oh, big time, big time. I tell you what, sometimes you just go to work just to get enough entries to go down the road to the next one, you know, and teaches a lot of responsibility. So.
All right, so the fundraising dinner, again, is at the fairgrounds. It's February 22nd. That's coming up on a Friday. It's at 5:30, and again, if you'd like to purchase tickets, you can get a hold of them. What are those phone numbers again? If you can get a hold of a Laramie High School Rodeo Club member if you know one or you know a family. But if they don't, what are the phone numbers again, McKenna?
Call or text 307-760-4699, or 307-399-9422.
All right. Now, for you, rodeo-wise, what do you do?
I goat tie, breakaway, and team rope.
Okay, so you're busy on the weekend.
Definitely.
All right. Do you prefer one event over another?
I would say goat tying is probably one of my favorites, just because it's I would say more of the rough end of the girls' side of the portion. So
kind of like the closest thing you get to steer wrestling, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
yes.
so goat tying is your number one. Your partner here or across the state somewhere else? Team roping.
My partner is Sadie Sturman. She lives in Lusk, so we have to travel back and forth.
I always wonder how that works from a team roping standpoint when your partner's not with you all the time, how the chemistry works.
Oh, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of the luck of the draw. So.
Well, that's team roping in general. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter who you partner up with. But do you have a lot of fun traveling around the state, seeing these different towns, even though it's kind of the same places year after year?
Yep. A lot of times in rodeo, you'll hear the term rodeo family, and I tell you what, family is not all blood. It's rodeo family is probably the closest friends you'll ever find, and it's always fun going places. So.
All right. Okay. So we've gotten goat tying, team roping, and then you do breakaway. Mm-hmm. That is the fastest thing I think you can see in the sport of rodeo at times.
Yep. It's definitely a reactionary sport instead of a thinking sport. So.
Is there? Do you have strategy when you get for your events?
Yeah, I have one strategy. It helps me a lot with my mental game.
Okay.
I have a word for each event before I back into the box or I go out and tie my goat. I say that word and it puts me in my subconscious mind, so my muscles just do the work for me.
I'm talking with McKenna Clingman from the Laramie High School Rodeo Club. They've got a big fundraising event coming up later this month, February 22nd. That's a Friday, 5:30, the Albany County Fairgrounds. You kids usually get some pretty good crowds out there for these.
Oh yes, last year I think we at least had up to 300 people come.
Oh wow, That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. There's a lot of rodeo fans around here, and they seem to flock to events like this. So I'm glad that you girls and guys get a lot of different support. Your season starts here in Laramie in the spring, as we talked earlier. 4 rodeos in the fall. Spring-wise, do you like hosting a rodeo, or do you like going on the road more?
Oh, well, it depends on the day, I suppose. Hosting the rodeo is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. Laramie is pretty renowned for its best rodeo put on for the public. A lot of rodeos don't have a performance per se.
Right.
So, and we're one of the biggest, so I love it. I really do.
It's coming up this year, April 5th, 6th, and 7th, if you want to mark it on your calendar already. Like I said, we're still a couple months away from that, but if you want to put it on the calendar, April 5th, 6th, and 7th, and they'll be out at the Hanson Arena on 230 west of town. And do you like rodeoing in Hanson?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Rodeoing anywhere.
Okay.
Wherever there's an arena and some cattle, I'll go.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you rather be just in the slack, in the draw, or in the performance?
Oh, well, I tell you what, the only time I was in the performance was my freshman year, and I was goat tying. And I had a little rough fall, and it wasn't very good, but I think this year, if I was in the performance, I have a lot more composure and familiarity with that surrounding.
It all depends upon the draw. You guys, it's not like it's all Laramie kids in the performance. They do a true draw, so you just never know if you're going to be in it or not. But I think that's pretty cool. Is that really the thing that makes the Laramie one stand out? The fact that you do have kind of that primetime performance versus everybody else is just we go during the daytime? Yep,
and we put on a show too. So
that's awesome. You kids do a great job and have for a number of years. Again, that's April 5th, 6th, and 7th, but we're talking more specifically about the fundraising dinner. You talked about some of the funds that it goes towards. Does it help you out with entry fees at all?
Oh yes. In the past couple of years, we could give out some money to kids, for entry fees, or even if they don't rodeo, they can go to schools and enhance their skills before they go to their first rodeo. So. Okay,
so kind of a little learning academy, so to speak, on the sport of rodeo. But again, there's a silent and live auction. Sounds like you got some great auction items up for grabs.
Yes, we do. We have probably the best ones so far.
Okay, all right. Not to brag or over the past fundraising dinners, but and again, folks, you know, it's one of those situations, if you can help out these kids, it goes towards a great cause. And it sounds like you might want to get your tickets sooner rather than later. Let's just put it that way. It's coming up here in a couple weeks on the 22nd, the Albany County Fairgrounds. Anything else we need to know about the fundraiser coming up?
You don't have to buy tickets in advance. They are at the door, available at the door, and for $15. And you know, and each ticket enters you in the gun raffle once. So.
All right, and then if you want a corporate table though, and sponsor up to 8 people for dinner, you probably want to call the phone numbers one more time. Phone numbers if people want to buy a ticket ahead of time, or if they are interested in that corporate table of 8.
All right, call or text 307-760-4699 or 307-399-9422.
Well, best of luck in the season, but have fun at the fundraising dinner coming up in a couple weeks.
Will do. Thank you.